So as promised, we are now going to look at the impact of these microorganisms on the environment and also on us. We already talked about this a little bit, that some microorganisms can be very friendly and useful to us, but some of them really dangerous. In this video, we are going to look at the ones that are dangerous to us. Now, when I say that microorganisms can be harmful or dangerous, what is the first thing that comes to your mind? Well, you are probably thinking that these microorganisms can make us sick. Well, you are absolutely correct. Microorganisms do indeed make us sick and cause diseases. Now, while diseases can be caused by many different things, microorganisms are the leading cause of these diseases. The sad part is, with some knowledge and basic medical facilities, most of these diseases can either be prevented or cured very easily. Now, learning about these diseases and how microorganisms cause them is a very good first step to do that. But before we do that, one question. Now, intuitively, when you think of a disease, what do you think really? Well, you probably think of fever, pain, and maybe things like, well, not able to breathe properly. These are all symptoms of diseases. But what exactly is a disease and why do these things happen? Well, the reason this happens is because the cells and organs that we have either get damaged or they stop performing the function they are supposed to. And then that causes the symptoms that we just talked about. So, how do microorganisms actually cause cell damage and diseases? Well, that happens in 4 steps. Let's look at step number 1. Step number 1 is when microorganisms enter the host body. This is also called exposure. Now, once they are inside, the next step is growth or colonization. In this step, the microorganisms start growing and replicating a lot. Now, we have already seen how viruses do that in the previous video. They do that by using the mechanism of the cell and replicating their RNA, right? Now, what about bacteria and fungi then? Well, we already know that they have their own mechanism to reproduce. The host body actually provides a very safe and nutritious environment for them to do that. And these microorganisms can grow and thrive very easily. Now, once they grow and thrive, the next thing that they do is start damaging the cells and the organs. Again, we saw how viruses do this, right? The foreign RNA that viruses have enters the cell and starts instructing the organelles to perform random operations, and thereby damaging the cell from the inside. The other microorganisms like the bacteria and fungi, they actually do it in a different way. When they are performing their life operations and growing, actually they release sometimes these toxic substances. These toxic substances can then damage the cell tissue and the organs. You might have actually experienced that for yourself. Whenever you have some injury that is not treated, you might have seen it swelling a little bit, getting red, and maybe sometimes even having some pus. This is all because these bacteria releasing these toxic substances, which in turn damages the cells and the wound. When a large number of these cells actually get damaged, the organs might stop performing their function that they are supposed to do. And thereby this manifests itself as a disease, which is the final step in this process. Now, this is one of the ways in which microorganisms can be very harmful to us by making us sick and causing diseases. In the next video, we are going to look at some of the diseases that they cause in humans, animals as well as plants.